This is a story about life, about struggle, about success. Not just mine, but yours too. Because whether you see it now or not, we're all trading something every single day. Time, energy, choices. That's life. That's trading. I wasn't always here. I wasn't always the guy you see on your screen. I started out just like most people, uncertain, broke, doubting the system, doubting myself. But one thing kept me going, the belief that life's biggest opportunities aren't given, they're taken. And I took mine. See, trading isn't just about charts, candles, or currencies. It's about discipline, patience, and the courage to bet on yourself. It's about understanding that every loss is a lesson and every win is a stepping stone. It's about the grind, the sleepless nights, the early mornings, and that voice in your head telling you to keep going when the rest of the world says stop. But let me tell you something. This journey didn't start with success. It started with failure. More failures than I can count. I remember sitting in front of my screen, watching the markets eat me alive, thinking maybe this isn't for me. But deep down, I knew it wasn't about the markets. It was about me. My mindset. My choices. My willingness to adapt, to learn, and to grow. The truth is, trading is a mirror. It shows you who you really are. It forces you to face your fears, your doubts, and your limits. But it also shows you your potential if you're brave enough to see it. I'm here now because I refuse, because I am to see every loss as a stepping stone, every setback as a setup for a comeback. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. Success isn't about getting it right all the time. It's about staying in the game long enough to win. This isn't just a stream. This is a movement. A space where we don't just talk about markets. We talk about life, about growth, about becoming the best version of yourself, not just as a trader, but as a person. Because the truth is, the charts don't care about you, but this community does. I do. And together, we're gonna rise. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and get ready. This is where traders are made. This is where dreams are built. And this is where your story begins. Let's get it.
What's the deal, gang? Oh, apparently we just... What's up, man? Apparently we just missed a position here. Yeah, I just hopped on here. I just saw... Anybody take this? This just happened.
I wanted to.
This just happened. I did not see this. So yeah, we had the hourly hold here. But kind of irrelevant because it held support. It bounced off a strong support. And you had the 30 that's closed back up above, and then this 30 failed to close the same position that we had yesterday. They came back down on us, same exact one. But in this case, see how this closed and respected this area as a support now? That's it. This candle bottom wick, break of the highs. This is solid, man. Just missed it. We just hopped on here. Yeah, we would have been in this if I was on about 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. I just got in with Benny from the vet. Guy got like, wow, what a story that was. So they had to evacuate the fucking vet, the whole office, in order to bring Benny in. Nice position here. I had sells here earlier. I didn't know top one closed you out at the end of the day. They closed me out. I had sells right here. And they closed me out right here at the end of the day. I was looking to continue. Well, honestly, I would have not touched it. It would have came back to me, but they closed me out. So about 200 there.
I wanted to take that buy that you were just talking about. I was not. It's just that I wasn't really confident about it. be honest.
I don't blame you with the 1 hour. This is really more of experience, and I would say that what you're looking at is what's more valid here: that 1 hour resistance that you just came back to, or the support you just held. And I would say you held this support. You keep making these higher lows, and this next wick attempted that drive down. Right, it broke this support. It swept all of this again, failed. That rebreak at a high, and then that falls in line with the 30 celery and with the fact that, see, it held that support. You're like, all right, we held support on the hourly, held support here on the 30. Yeah, the 1 hour closed respecting this area, but it's still closed bullish with the 30 being above and respecting the 30 support there. And we keep bouncing up off. So it's just a lot of it telling you, once you break that high on the 30 celery, and the 15 also held. All right, look, the 15 held its own support, closed bullish, and it closed above this 15 area for a fake out. So, just a bunch of onions. Look, you broke the low there on the 15, grab these orders. Every time frame's telling you the same story. We broke the low, pushing up, and even if the hourly tapped resistance, every time frame was bullish after holding the support and then re-breaking the highs. Yeah, be confident. Let it. If this is telling you, look, it attempted. Otherwise, this would have closed deeper in range. So like I said, 9 out of 10 times this will drive up. Yesterday was just the one we caught that came down, but it's the same exact position yesterday that came down. This is it, and it didn't. It actually played out, and it'll play out 9 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, you know what?
I also believe we're going to come back down, but
yeah,
not a runner position, but. We'll see what happens. So here's the daily did close bearish. Really weak. 4 hour, we're still below the range here until this 4 hour closes. So, but we did break this high, which means I would stay bearish until we have a range 2 breakout. We're having a range 2 breakout right now. So the bias would switch to bullish once you close above here, once you close above 44.34. Right? If the market starts closing above here for a range 2 breakout, right, the way I see it, range 1 below, range 2 above, you close above here, that's your range 2 breakout. And on the range, even above here now, range 2 breakout. You formed another range here, little area. But the fact that you close above here, right? That's the only way we switch bias from bearish to bullish, bullish to bearish, if we have a breakout the other way, a range 2 breakout. So after range 2, I would say we're bullish coming up, and as we're filling this area to 44.40, it would take a range 2 breakout in a bearish direction for us to now switch bias. So once we get this closure above here, for me to now get some sells, I need a range 2 breakout of my own come down, which means closure below, support formed, and then we can get some sells. Give me a sec. Yo, the funniest story today with Benny. I'm taking him to the vet. Of course, there's other dogs there. This guy loses it. Took him outside. They had to walk him in through the back door, lock up all the animals in separate rooms. Nobody in the waiting room. They tried to take his temperature. He just wouldn't do it. He wouldn't, he wouldn't give his ears. He wouldn't give his little armpit, paw pit, whatever it is. And he was like, well, I'm gonna have to do it I'm gonna have to do it rectally. I was like, you gonna put that in his ass? He's like, yep. I was like, good luck. He's like, no, I got you. He brings out a jar of peanut butter, takes out this wooden spoon, And he's like, you hold him. I'm gonna give this wooden spoon to your daughter, and she's gonna feed him. And I'm gonna put this thermometer up his ass. Yo, he gives her the wooden spoon. Benny starts licking the spoon. This guy sticks a thermometer up his ass. Benny bit the spoon, ripped it in half, and swallowed the whole fucking thing. And sat down because he was uncomfortable on the thermometer. The whole thermometer goes up his ass. This motherfucker just bit off the entire wooden spoon. It's not a vet. It was like, you know, like an assistant standing there, and he's like, what do I do? How do I get this thermometer out of his ass? and the vet is standing there like, did he just eat the whole spoon? You can't make this shit up. Like, bro, I'd be stumbling into high quality satire by mistake all the time. This shit, if this was filmed, this would be one of the greatest sketches ever. It's not as funny retelling it. I'm over there like I'm panicking at the moment because he's got a fucking chunk of wood in his stomach and a thermometer up his ass, and he's wilding out. So I grab. His leash was off, but the collar from the leash was on. So I grabbed the collar, and I squeezed. As soon as I grabbed the collar, he goes like this, and the dude picked up his tail and took out the thermometer. And the lady comes in, and she's like, "I gotta give him like it was, I don't know, antibiotic or some kind of maybe it was for flea or some kind of vaccine. I don't know what it was. It's a nose drop. So." She's like, you give him, I'm going to give you one more spoon. Hold it tight. Don't let him, rip out the spoon. And I got to, while he's eating, just do it above him so he looks up, and I'm going to put these drops in his nose. So she gives him the spoon, and my daughter's holding the spoon, and the doctor puts the drop in his nose. And as soon as he feels that, he bit the damn spoon again and just goes, and all that drops just went flying onto the floor. And she tried to do it 2 or 3 times. She wasted like 3 vials, and he ate 2 spoons of peanut butter with the damn spoon. So she went, she's like, you know what? I got this. She goes, no more spoons for him. She goes, gets a jar of peanut butter, just puts her hand in there, scoops it up with her hand, puts it in his mouth, and he's over there. And while she does that, she just, instead of the drops, she just gave him 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, and he's over there. Blah, blah. The pit bull, he is Benjamin Wicks the 9th. Put some respect on his name. Benjamin Franklin reincarnated. Yeah, I'm gonna bring him to Hard Rock, and they're gonna empty it out for us. This guy, yo, he fucking lost it, and nobody could control him. But then all the vets, they stopped all their work and ran into the room to take pictures of him. They're like, this is the biggest dog we have coming here. Another nurse came in, and he was like, he's like, I got to take a picture of him. I was like, yeah, go ahead. Everybody does. He's like, no, you don't understand. He is perfect. Like, from dimensions to his head, to the color, to the way he sits. He's like, to his eyes, like, he is like the perfect specimen. I just got to take some pictures. Everyone knows he's there. Yeah, they had to lock people up, and they told him why, because the dog, like, he can't go through. He starts tearing everything.
They always
like,
do it?
What?
Every time he goes there?
Usually, last time I went there, they asked me to be the last client to show up like before they close, because like he just cannot be around. I don't take him to dog parks. I don't like. It's not that like I genuinely feel he'll kill somebody or like another animal. He loves people. He doesn't go after people. He just loses it as soon as he sees another animal. He loses it. Like I don't know how to explain it. You can even tell in his eyes. His eyes, they disappear. The white disappear. They turn pitch black. His mouth gets like dark red. The eye sockets get dark red, and like no matter what you tell him, he's just not there. It's like gone, and he's got a target, and the problem is like within like the last year, like I was like, he's been getting stronger and I've been able to handle. Right now I'm struggling to, like, if he starts pulling, I'm having a hard time. And he doesn't like, I got an electric shocker, right? But I've been very electric like shock collar, the training collars that they do at boarding school. But like I've been reluctant to use it, and he's gotten so much stronger over the last year. His paws grew, his grip, like he's gotten way stronger, and like he's a tough cookie, man. He's a lot to handle, but he's so like nice and well demeaned. He loves my daughters, and they love him, and I don't know. I love dogs, and like this guy is just like he's been amazing. But I can't take him to the dog park. I gotta walk him at night, because in the daytime, like I truly feel like he'll cause a lawsuit or two. People aren't that bright either. They like walk right at not most people will leave the block, but there's some people that are just not too bright, and they walk right at him, and I'm like yeah, you could, but when I mean walk right at him, it's like they're walking their dogs, and they'll just like, oh, it's okay, just another dog up the block, my dog's normal, I'm sure that dog. Oh no. He's a fucking menace. Benny, you in here? Benny, he's outside with you? Outside with the wife. And he doesn't let her take a step without like bumping his forehead into her. Like she goes outside, he sits with her. She goes inside, he's over there right on her kneecap, attached. Are we taking this 30? No, I'm not. We should have taken it down here. I just wasn't here yet. For us to continue, I need some new structure. Very overextended here. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing on this 30 just yet. Sorry, I know there's a lot of Japanese. We haven't really gone over it. Well, we did in the beginning. This was a position here. This was it. I just showed up too late. I showed up. We were already up. So yeah, this isn't. We didn't miss it. We just not something I was here for. But if you guys were on the charts, I would have expected all of you guys to take that celery play up. It's the same one we took yesterday and lost. But we took that out of volume time. You see what happens during volume time? It just drives. It doesn't pull back on you. Yeah, see this support held here. That move is happening now. It's time to wait. Fortunately, unfortunately, I did catch this on the funded. Ooh, closure, no top wick. Have a level. We have stops. 30. Limit sell. Yeah, I think I'm going to attempt this here if it gets to our level here, before it doesn't flip. Oh, come on. Okay, well, there goes that idea. $30 closed, no top wick, but I was expecting to reach the top of the range here, right? We came, was the previous support. We turned that into resistance. We came down from there. I'm expecting to tap that area. Wouldn't be expecting to come down now. Ah, the 15, the 15, the left 15. When you see candles with no top wick or vice versa, then you look for top wick entries. Not every single time, but in this case, it makes sense based on where it closed and how it closed and this chop that we're entering. I like the top of the chop here. But the advantage there is the top wick and the flip. If we got in there, we would have hit BE here. Would have been one of those really quick free positions. Menace to society. Benny is Loke Dog. You guys remember Don't Be a Menace? Did I wear these J's with this Uzi? Guess I wear these then. We're headed to 4-hour resistance. Yeah, maybe. We might not reach it. This might be the top, and then straight down we go here. We break the lows. This candle here never closed back up in range. There's a high likelihood this 4-hour re-breaks its own low. And if that's the case, man, we just tapped that sell area. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna take a sell right here. I'm gonna take a sell. Market sell. I'm gonna keep the stops here very short, top of this level. We just tapped our level and bounced off of it, and this previous candle has no top wick. It'd be nice to re-break that. I don't know. Stops 30 to the left, right here. Could have gotten a better entry in terms of going break evens. Now I got it. Now you can only go break even on the break of the lows here, which will be tough. I like the reaction right off our level. I see what you do. Leg candle into a resistance area. $42.8, $42.8, retapped it. It's gonna re-break the highs here off that level. I'm gonna close here minus 13 pips. I'm gonna wait for it to re-break that high, just based on a smaller time frame. And then as it, oh, there we go, it re-broke the high. As it comes down, that's when I enter. I was gonna say, once it re-breaks that high, we'll enter. We just retapped it. All right. Re-break the high so I could enter. All right, I'm gonna re-enter right here. Close enough. I wanted it to re-break our high so I could enter up there. All right. It's all right. It's all right. Went a little heavier here than usual. Usually 20. See if we can flip, or do we re-break the highs again? Buy stop. Once we flip, it's B time. God damn it. Wanted that tip. All right, back up we go. Gonna close as we tap. We tap. Not yet. Not yet. I'm gonna move the stop to the break of this candle high. If it wants to re-break this high, 10 pips. Flip is B. Did it flip? It did. I did see a putty tap. All right, I got a 10 pip stop here. Don't want it to come up any further than that. If it re-breaks highs, it could push. There's so much potential. So much potential here. We're not driving up off a support. Support is down here. The support is these wicks. All right. That's where we should be driving up from, technically. And we have not tapped that level yet. That's sort of an expectation. All right. Close this here. I don't like it. Just join we in the same position? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the fact that we're not slingshotting. The 5 flipped, came down, and right back up. So in my head, let this 5 close. That's the 15 closure. And if we can get a bearish 15, I'll take a top wick entry. If it stays bullish here, now the 15 has a top wick, and the range is up here. The 5 flipped already. It came down to the flip. Right back up. Rebroke its own high. "90 seconds. Let's see. Let's see. Get a slingshot off that. Don't want to see this price action. If you're getting a leg candle into resistance, that candle should flip and fill the body, right, of the previous leg candle off that slingshot. We haven't seen that. We've seen it tap this wick and come back up. Makes me think this isn't the candle that brings you down. Like, if you look at the 5, and like, I really don't like how this 5 has behaved here. Came down, retested the high, then we rebroke the high. Why? This 5 has flipped twice just to come back up bullish. You usually don't see that. You usually see the one candle here, maybe a second one not break that high, get close, and then push. But now you've spent the last 15 minutes, the entire 15 minutes, just tapping this area. No, 15 minutes should have drove already. As a matter of fact, 15 just closed. Right at it. Supermarket music. That's the first time I hear that. I gave it a couple of chances. The first chance I gave it the ride, it didn't want to, it rebroke the high. And I gave it a second chance on this second 5-minute candle. And it just wouldn't push. It keeps holding that level. Right back up there. Get a free position, but still annoying. Hey, close that door, please. Felix, would you have taken that 1 hour? Oh. Would you have taken that 1 hour bottom wick entry from support, especially after the previous 1 hour strong drop was none? No. Right here? Oh, we didn't see this. No, but I would have taken this here on the 30 break. I would have taken that celery play right there. I just didn't see it. Is ugly. That was also headed to the rebreak of the 1 hour high. That was rebreaking the previous 4 hour. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken the bottom wick though. In this case, it was irrelevant. That was the volume push. You're top of the range, and then the rest is wrong. This candle looked so good starting out. But man, that's not how you want this 5 to print. All right, there you go. You broke the previous 15 low, I believe. No, it was 5. That don't mean. Buys training. Yeah, I mean, if we were here earlier, buys down there. And sells made sense only on the beginning of this 30-minute candle and the beginning of the last 15. They don't make sense now. You made that bottom wick. You haven't slingshot down. You're likelier to break the high then. You want the smaller time frames, right, to help you out. So give us a leg candle into this area. Give us another no wick closure. Give us a strong push up and a fake out back down into here, or a heavy bearish push. There's a few ways you can play this, but the thing is, it's stuck here. Got stuck. Oh, go to the beginning of the stream. I think that this was so valid because it's literally the same position we took yesterday, except this one played out. Right, you had the if you saw that the hourly held support, as I was just explaining, higher time frame support. Right, the 30 held, right, it closed above here and it held support on its own time frame. The 15 held its own support that runs across here. Broke that low, grabbed orders, rebroke that high. 30 gives you a celery play. It started making sense on every time frame. Stop overanalyze, take positions and lower lots. Raise your risk. I mean, raise your stops. Raise your stops, lower your lots, and forward test, back test, sample size. Collect data. Data is your best friend, right? You need to analyze your data, not the trade. It's like you see the parameters of the trade, it plays out, take notes on it, you have data, and then use that data to build what you're doing, because you'll know probabilities at that point, and then it's just up to your notes. Either you're taking notes wrong, you're reading your data wrong, or you're not doing what your data requires. Your daddy requires data. I'm guilty of that sometimes. But then again, a lot of what I do is just experience. And I'm not, you know, I don't have experience in this candle printing like that. I do, but usually when I break them down to smaller time frames, this isn't how they play out. So I try to manage risk whenever it starts. I'll get out of a trade. If I'm unfamiliar with what's happening, I don't care if I'm in drawdown, if I'm in profits, I'll fucking get out. And that's what I always recommend to you guys, right? If the market is taken over and you don't know the next step, you've lost the trade, whether you're in profits or you're in drawdown. Get out, reanalyze. Happens to me very rarely, but it happens. But if it doesn't print the way I need it to, and I have a chance to get out, I'll get out, even if it still works out, because it's not doing it according to how I'd like to see it, according to my comfort levels. Seven minutes here on the hourly. Give me 1 second. Really? How you do it? Three minutes. Greetings. What's up, Rhythm? Sure. What's going on? Okay. Broke the highs. Hourly closed bullish here. Broke the lows. Tapped the support. I would like to have a sell stop here. Break of this previous candle low. We can get it. Break that low. A bit of room. Actually would like it to re-break its own low. Made a low, flip bullish. Want to re-break at a low to take it down to previous resistance, which was a support. If we're going to push, should be from down here. 37.7, 34.7. limit, buy. Stops will be above here. Above the current candle. And if it re-breaks highs, we delete. That's it. Very simple. But if it breaks lows, we could be seeing the beginning of a 4-hour push or drop. Tap that 15 area. Will it re-break it? We wait. It pushes up above this range. You delete. Right? Above these wicks. It re-breaks its own low. Should start that push to fill this late candle down to 44.33. Right here. That's the late candle fill. Why seller replay is not valid here for bullish? Because you're at resistance. If we were above resistance, it's seller replay. If you're below it, I'd need a closure. I'm okay with buys. I would just need a closure up here. All right. I have my level here. Right there, that's that previous support, turn to resistance, and we're getting that seller replay below it. It's a whole different story if it was like this, right? Then you're above it in clean range, but to the left, there's a level. Right there, broke those highs. We can delete this. Wait, delete. If we were above this area, then but we are. Can this act as a support now here? If we get a closure above here, we might look for that pullback down here. Yeah, 30 close, no top wick. You're expecting it to come back down. You're not expecting this to hold as a support. Kind of expecting a resistance there. All right, tapping that 4-hour level. Getting close to it. Took my whole move away. What time? We got 6 minutes till this closes. It's okay. Four-hour resistance, yep. Daily resistance. What's up, King? Maybe like candle into this area. Something like this. Then we're talking, right? 15 no top wick, 30 no top wick, 15 like candle. That would make sense. 1 hour resistance. Gotta wait. For short, yeah. Very overextended for a buy, so if resistance forms, right, you'd want to short here. Correct some of this. Or you wait for it to pull back. A lot of time here, so this could push, right? But like candle would be ideal. Like candle, no top wick. Level, keep stops above the wick. They'll bring the 4 hour back down to hold the 4 hour resistance here. Minutes for that 30 closure. Yo, Kenny. It's not here. I know. I think he real estate. I don't know if he does real estate. I think he does real. Yeah, you do real estate, no? Great talk. Like 35 minutes here for a 4-hour close, but no entry just yet. PM closes above though. Here's the deal. I don't know if I like that. I'd rather form a resistance here right now for one reason, because even if we're gonna look for buys, it's overextended, so you want a resistance to form so you could have a range and then you can start closing outside it. But you're also pretty overextended on this push up, and the higher you're at a higher time frame resistance, right? I'd prefer the push down, but the 4 hour, you can't ignore the fact the 4 hours closing bullish, right? So you're biased, technically you're still bullish even into this resistance. But if you're going to look for sells, it's easier to look for sells at a resistance, right? Than mid-range or at a support. There's a time to look for sells, you look at a resistance. I'm going to be the first day trader to make $1 billion. Let me ask you a question. Do you have mechanisms in place to be able to do that, or to be able to hold on to that $1 billion? Or you just want to be able to say that? Like, in its systems and journals, your mind is not ready to see numbers that big move on a screen. You also will never day trade if you have $100 million. If you have $30 million, you'll never day trade. And if you think you're placing those positions on a broker and getting filled, like everyone, nah, bro. Like, people that show you that they're trading. If people are showing you millions of dollars being traded, okay, fine. You could do it, but if you're really about making, you're gonna get the worst fills. Go ahead, place a 200 lot trade. See how you get filled. See how you get filled. Place 1,000 lot trade. See how you get filled. So most retail traders don't trade on retail platforms, or don't trade I would say, it's not that they don't trade retail, they might trade retail brokers, but they get different access. They get, what is it called, the private API, and it hooks up to them directly, so they get a better fill. Because when you're trading such big numbers, right, like, fills matter. You don't want to get filled 20, 30, 40 pips on part of your position, like after your position. 20% filled here, 20% filled there. You don't want that to happen. They trade. They probably have their own terminals, right? But if you're trading that kind of money, you want the best fills, and you're not going to get them. Like, you get filled on the spot trading 10 lots, 20 lots, 50 lots, 100 lots. Wait. Go ahead, trade 500, 1,000 lots, 2,000 lots. So I just, like, maybe it's true, and I could be a fool, but like when I see people like I don't even want to call them out by name, but there's people posting on Instagram trading 10 million, 15 million on MT5, and they're either lying or they're fucking stupid. And either one can be very dangerous. Already closed. 15. indecisive. With this 15 no top wick. Look at that candle. Right there, right below resistance. No decision. Now look at here. This 30. Right below this resistance. Really almost the same thing, right? Wicked into the same area. Take a screenshot of this. All right. What did it do here? The little bottom wick at resistance broke straight through it. Tapped that resistance, made a bottom wick. There's range to go here. Might possibly break straight through it. So we'll see. Doesn't have to. It's not like, oh, so it's going to do the same thing. No, but if you have precedent for it here and did almost the same thing, you can look out for it, right? And if it doesn't do that, great. Next breakdown. And also look at that as support now. Yeah, that's why I start trading. That's why I'd rather look for some sells there. Just coming up. Get a chop there. You stream CPI wicks? Yes, yes, yes. That's tomorrow, isn't it? No, I'll be right after CPI. Now I got a stream, and I know why. Just CPI. Hey, Caviar in the building. What's up, brother? Haven't seen you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm building a circle of acquaintances and friends who are all investing heavily into their kids' soccer future. One of you guys is gonna hit. One of you guys is gonna hit. I think it's just like, you know, better odds now. Somebody gonna be an Olympian, goddammit. Taking applications now too. I can baptize your kids if you want them to become traders. Trying to pull a Messi Lamine Yamal thing. Go. get that going in trading. Yeah, I don't want to touch this here. I'm gonna this 4 hour. Give me a lit candle into this area. Need to retire and travel the world somehow. That's one thing I really want to do. I want to go to a Premier League match. That's like one thing I really want to do. I want to go to like the wildest Premier League match and sing with the fucking crowd and just, you know, do some fucking crowd surfing. Fucking stream the pitch. I want to run out with a big banner that says it's soccer, not football. Probably not gonna make it to the parking lot. I used to be professional footballer. Bro, no cap. You got a fucking lifetime membership to Lids, bro. Said no cap. No, I really, bro, I've been watching some videos of just the crowd. Just the other day, I don't know, I started watching videos of like just English soccer fans like in the stadium and how they taunt each other. I want to do that. I want to go sing with them. I want to go to a Premier League match, gang. That's a thing. Something I want to do. Best was Ronaldo when he was at Man U. Yeah, we need to get rid of this fucking Ronaldo talk and Messi talk. I need some new names, new faces. I really think Mbappe is gonna outdo, in terms of accolades, gonna outdo all of them. Messi, Ronaldo. I also think Lamine Yamal is well on his way to outdoing all as well. Mbappe, Yamal, yeah. What happened to Neymar? He turned into fucking no more. That's his new name. No more. I like Mbappe. I like his demeanor. I like the way he carries himself. Neymar should have never left Barca. You going to Miami, by the way, with Messi? That's not fair. They're playing against like street teams. Like, what's the talent pool in the U.S. like? I was never a big fan of Suarez. To me, like, yeah, he plays here. Like, I think he's a great player. I'm not a fan. I think he's a dirty player. Kukure is a dirty player. There's just some players that are. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? We're 18 minutes away from the 4-hour close. 4-hour looks like it's holding. Give me a leg handle into this area. We might look for some sells. Gang, which stadium is the craziest? Like, which Premier League stadium is like the Seattle of Premier League? Seattle's got a wild stadium. Liverpool? Wow, an Arsenal fan saying Anfield. No, I was talking about the Premier League. Why? Is it like, what is it, like a coal town and everyone's fucking angry? Or a lot of pubs nearby. Gauzers are all on drugs. Gauzers? I heard that word for the first time yesterday. Honestly. Wembley? Wembley is Chelsea, no? Yeah, what Wembley is a fan. I've been by Wembley Stadium. I've never been in it. Oh, Chelsea Stamford Bridge. Who's in Wembley? For our closes, I just said I'm looking for this to close as a leg candle. This is a nice resistance. We can do that. I might look for some sells off this area here, 45.71. And that would be amazing. If the 4-hour can hold this area, then we could take a sell off a top wick. Big if. If it closes above, it's just, I might call it a session and I'll still be trading. I'm going to be looking for positions. But I haven't enjoyed the way the charts have been moving right after Asian and I want to get back to like peak New York, peak Asian. Majority of like the little losses that I have, they're all outside of high volume times, and it's because I've realized one thing. I'm expecting it to move, and when it doesn't go, I kind of I close them in a small loss or break even because it's not the move I'm looking for. I don't get 30, 40, but I'm not getting a 60, 80 pip move because it's not a volume time, and I know it, but like the move is there and I like to take it, but I also like to be in the high volume candle. If I'm not, then it's hanging around and it has a chance to come back and I'm getting more closures that drop the probability of my trade working out. I'll get out of it, and majority of my small losses are all coming from those times, low volume times. We're at daily, we're at a 4-hour resistance, and man, I just need structure. specific closures at specific levels. This kind of closure here would work well. We can look for a top wick here, but that would close us above this 4 hour. That would suck. What you're smoking, it's non-nicotine. $15 lit, yeah, that's what I was just saying. 15 lit at resistance. Oh, the 15, yeah. No, I'm not taking this top wick. I would like, if it closes here, I'd like the next resistance to bring us back down. I don't want just no top wick. I didn't notice the 15 slowing. I was looking on this 30 to close here, then we can take that next resistance up here for a top wick sell. Last time we came up, stalled at this area. So we needed to get down to. Came up. Next target. BE hit? Yeah. Free trade. Free position, you know what you're doing, right? You know where to get out of it, where to manage, what the potential is, and at which point, right, to actually go break here. It has THC? No, it doesn't. Speaking of cryptochronic, kind of like. Un momento, por favor. Okay. Let's discuss. We have the edge of the range here. Have of the 4 hour, above the 1 hour, we have a 30 level we're pushing into. Now, these higher time frames, they're going to supersede whatever you have going on in a smaller time frame. But they also take longer to play out. And remember how I spoke smaller time frames flow into the higher time frames and vice versa, and then backwards again. So 4 hours bullish above the range. The 1 hour is bullish above the range. You would expect the 1 hour and the 4 hour to eventually come up. That doesn't mean the next 15 will come up, right? So you might get this resistance printed. You might get it broken on a 15, on a 30. And then you can look for some buys. But right now you're very overextended. So guess what? You need a resistance printed. You're closing above the higher time frame levels. You need some more structure. You need some more time. You need more candles. So near daily resistance. Yeah, but the daily, just because there's a daily resistance, go to the daily and see. See the daily resistance broken all the time on the daily or on the smaller time frames. Resistance support. And the daily takes a long time to play out, right? So you can push up for the next 15 hours or up and down and eventually still hold the daily, right? Depending on the closure. Well, you understand the daily bias, right? The 4 hours really giving it to you for the session. The 4 hours indecisive here. You go more by by the story that's being built on the smaller time frames. 4 hour indecisive. We did come down. How I like to look at doji candles when we get them like this, I like to wipe them out. So to me, when I seen this come down, then this closed doji, this is what I see here. This is how I look at it. That candle made no decision at all, the one here. And if that's the case, there's no bottom wick, close below the range. You're still bearish here. Just, you understand that you're at a level that can reject and come up. Will the smaller time frames fall in line with that? Hey, you get that bottom wick support, drive up. So all I'm trying to say is that regardless of what the daily is doing, you want the smaller time frames to fall in line because timing is everything. Timing is a big deal in terms of how we trade. Daily and the 4 hour long candles, we're here for just these 2, 3 sometimes, right? We're here for literally, honestly, just these 2 candles. And I always say this: figure out the relationship between these 2 candles. You're gonna have a much easier time. And I think today the key was down here. There's that 30 celery right there. Four hour, 1 hour close above, take a break at highs after a bottom wick. Yeah, I remember that bottom wick could show up in the shape of a few 15 or 30 minute closures. So yeah, I don't disagree with you, but a bottom wick on the hourly is usually a resistance on a 15, right? and then a support on a 15 or a 30. If those time frames can give you some indication, look at this 15. Came up, tap the 30 level, right? That's the 30 up there. It doesn't tell me that we're going down yet. Well, look at this, like this, not a rally, but we've filled the range straight up, closing above the higher time frames. Come on, Benny, close the door. Useless, bro. Useless. Kenny, you got a real estate license, right?
Didn't renew it, but yeah, I had one for 7 years. I'm just not in the space.
Are you keeping up with it?
Houses.
Have you kept up with it? Like what the current state of the market is?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm still in real estate. I just don't work as an agent, so I'm not running around showing houses. But yeah.
So prices around you, have they been dropping since the Fed started lowering rates?
The price of housing, or
no, houses. Like,
oh hell no.
No, right? Is there more houses on the market, or is there enough buyers for the houses?
There's plenty of houses on the market because the interest rate is too high. People aren't buying at 6 and 7% like they would if it was lower. So you have
if it was a 2 or 3%, of course, but
or not even that, just 5. This is a basic number. When you get to 6 and 7, everything slowed down. That's why I gave up my license, because it's not enough traction at 7%, 6%. People who got 3 or 4% are not going to move and get a new mortgage that's going to be double the mortgage interest rate they had previous.
So the houses aren't being sold; they're basically standing.
They're standing
because it's a double whammy. You don't have enough buyers, and people aren't dropping prices. But usually, you're holding prices if there's a war over a battle over,
as soon as the
over a house.
As soon as the interest rates drop, there'll be more buyers. There'll be more activity. That's all.
Mortgage rates. So did the Feds drop rates when? No, I'm talking about in general since Fauci. Sorry, I got irritable bowel syndrome. I forget his name. But yeah, since Jerome Powell's exit plans, right? Since Trump named, I forgot who he named. Who the next person was, and they dropped them. Remember, they dropped them from 450 to 425, 4. Since that started happening, prices should have started going down, right? And everything around me just, some houses went up in price, and I don't get it because ain't nobody buying.
No, not like that.
Nobody buying.
Especially on your higher end. Most people are buying new home buyers, that places like people who have to upgrade because their family is expanding and so they don't have much of a choice. But anybody who has any wherewithal, they're not going to come off a 4% interest rate and buy at 6.5% at a bigger house and a bigger mortgage. It just doesn't make sense. So they just sit and wait until the conditions get better. That's one of the reasons I gave them my license, because most of my people are spending $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 and $1 million, and they're not going to buy a house at 7% when the house they're sitting on is at 3.5%, 4%.
Yeah.
So until they drop the interest rates, this is what it's going to be. Now, as soon as they do drop it, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be price is going to jump out the roof and all that, because again, you got a lot of people.
That's the crazy part. Like prices that should then skyrocket even more.
They're going to go higher if the interest rates go down, because now you have a demand.
I think honestly, we've hit a new low. Like there's where prices will never go lower than this.
No, Price
Like
ain't coming down.
I think we've like honestly, I think from where it, like nobody's buying and nobody's dropping prices, and a lot of houses are standing. People are like, oh, fuck it, I'm okay with it standing. I just think that's it. Like, you know, over the years, a new low is reached where like a new floor. That's what I mean. And man, some I was just looking at some statistics and like, yo, median salaries barely went up over the last 30 years. House prices have fucking skyrocketed and priced so many people out of cribs. Like, I think the American dream is to not to have your own house anymore. Remember, American dream used to be your own house, your family house.
Yeah.
And, like, it's no longer.
And that's another reason. About a year or so ago, that Bank of America and some of these bigger institutions, Vanguard or whatever, start buying all these single-family homes because they make it to the point where you're gonna be renting everything. You're gonna own nothing.
Bro, you know how many homes all of a sudden are owned by Zillow? They never used to do that, but then they saw a market for it and they just started buying up homes. And it's just wild to me, right? So the median salary goes up in 30 years, goes up by 50%. The median home price went up 250%.
Right.
That's insane.
You're gonna own nothing.
You're gonna own nothing. Yeah.
And you gotta rent and spend your money every month for the rest of your life, which is crazy.
There's just no choice but for a lot of new cities to be built. Yeah, because people are gonna get priced out of big cities. Caviar is absolutely right.
Lucky for me, I'm in Detroit where I can buy a house for me, my kids.
Oh, you're in the
rent
Motor
up.
City. You could fucking strap on some wheels to your crib and move down the block. A lot of people, you know, a lot of people here, a lot of the snowbirds that are like from the East Coast, Northeast, a lot of them just live on their boats. No property taxes, nothing like that. Just pay dock fees.
Yeah. Yeah. Get your RV and they plug it up and they play lot fee and that's it. The name of the game is to own something so you don't have to spend all your money every month.
It just like, I've done the math so many times and like, it's never made sense to own.
Not maybe in
Not
Miami.
in my lifetime, it has not.
Not in Miami, maybe.
What?
Maybe not in your region.
Just makes no sense. It makes no sense to pay the property taxes, the maintenance, and because the renting is so much cheaper because there's just so much less attached to it. It's just overall, it's a renter's market, not a buyer's market.
Again,
But-
it depends on what region you live in.
Yeah, I mean, we rent where we live and we own what we rent out. You know what I mean?
So therefore, you do own some real estate.
But the thing is, comparably, like you could to pay a mortgage and to rent, it is way cheaper to rent, and you can be in the same type of property.
Not in my region.
You could be down the block in the same type of property. You could find the same type of properties.
Somebody cannot rent the house I'm living in for what I'm paying in the mortgage. They cannot. In my
Yeah,
neighborhood.
but you've been paying your mortgage probably or you got locked in at a good rate, or you're almost paid off, or you feel like.
That's my point. If you own, then you're not spending.
And it also depends on like where you own and the
That's why
neighborhood
you-
and where your property
Like you
taxes
said,
are,
the region.
and your insurance. Over here, everything's a flood zone. Insurances are wild. And like the maintenance on the property, besides the property tax, some property taxes are just dumb, but maintenance. Oh, that's the key. The brings me back to my why I had the thought, because Florida's trying to get rid of property taxes, right?
Right.
So that's an insane move.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money. You don't, and the governor was just talking about it. He was like, "Hey, you don't pay taxes on, on the food
You've already bought.
while it's whole, while
Already
it's in
bought
your
it.
fridge, right? For the 2 weeks,
Right.
you're not paying taxes every day to hold it. Why are you paying
Taxes on
taxes?
the car I bought. I don't have a car note. I bought a car cash.
Yeah, you
I don't
bought
have
it,
tax.
pay taxes. That's it. Why are you paying
I own it.
annually? So they're gonna get rid of that, and it's the prices here have just fucking skyrocketed. Like, like
Let me put it to you this way. I plan on downsizing and buying a property here and a property in somewhere warmer and have it all cashed out and only pay my taxes and whatever. So, but let's just say I stayed in my house, 4 bedroom, 4 bathroom, almost 3,000 square feet.
okay.
Now, in the next 4 or 5 years, it'll be paid off. My property taxes are less than 4,000 a year.
Oh man, that ain't.
So what's the problem? You see what I'm saying? Even if I pay property taxes and insurance on my house, I'm not paying nothing. I'm paying
Bro,
$400 or $500 a month to
property
live.
taxes here in this, bro, they're like fucking
That's why I keep saying
where I
all
want to
where you
be
live.
next year. The property taxes are like fucking 30 grand, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It all depends on where you live.
It's like you can make I can make a lot more by keeping that in my pocket and putting it into something than spending it on that. It's just, but getting rid of property taxes is a biggie, bro.
Game changer.
You got to get into. I think you got to get into. I'm just wondering about timing. You got to get into property before knowing that a rate drop is coming, but lock in the price with the owners before it does. You know what I mean? That little period before, where you can lock in a cheaper price, understanding that a rate drop is coming, and get your lower rate.
Well, that'd be
That would
the
be sick.
ideal. If you can ever figure out when the rates are actually going to drop.
Yeah, I had a different point to this that I wanted to make, but I forgot what it was with the conversation. We did have a 4-hour close, by the way, gang, 10 minutes ago. We closed no top wick here. That's kind of nasty. At resistance. Oh, give me 1 second, chat. Hold on. I'm sorry. Here. All right, gang. I want to see how this 15 prints, actually. We got 5 minutes here. Maybe we get a light candle right at this level. We could look for the sell. But 5 more minutes. I'll hang out 5 more minutes. I want to see if we can get that light candle. Then I'll have a sell limit here. Stops above the high, and that'll be it. Hey, get off the pillow, bro. Stop. Don't bite me. Stop. Bro, chill out. Relax. Take it easy. All right. Doesn't look like we're getting that light candle here. It's breaking those highs. Things I want to take a sell off this area. I don't want a closure at this area. This is the top of the range. 15, 5, 30. This is the top. I want to take a sell off that area, but we got to close like that or no top wick. And listen, after we've tapped it here, it's not as appealing as before. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a session here, gang. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'll be trading in the signal channel, but it's gonna take some candles to set up for me. See, last time we got here, you'd want this drop, but this drop came after this range was created. So you want the range here to be created, not just a drop, because any kind of drop here right now is arbitrary based on that strong closure, right? Yeah, barely a top wick, but we made a bottom wick. We just continue driving with all the moment. For all we know, we closed above the most recent 4-hour, 1-hour levels. Held the 30. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:45. I think CPI is tomorrow, right? So wait, what time is CPI? 8:30. Yeah, I'll be on right after that. So it's gonna pump. First 15 minutes, we're not gonna do anything anyway. So 8:45, I'll be on stream. We'll look to trade this for after effects of CPI and NYSE open. Zoom door. It's already late, bro. I'm gonna fall into the session. Yeah, thank you guys for coming through today. Zoom,
Thank you, Wix.
for sure. Your account should be there by 8 in the morning. I got an email from them.
Thank you, man. No problems.
We got Zoom. Oh, Matt too. You too. Zoom gang. So you guys in the clubhouse side of things. Mods, much for helping me run the stream. Cabrio, thank you for coming through.
See you, Kenny.
I always love seeing market mechanic here. You gotta be more active, bro. Hop on the Zoom. Talk to the people, bro. Talk to the people. Anyway, gang. My time here is up. I'm gonna run, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. And just like that, another agent session is in the books. Have a good night, everybody. Get home safe. Don't overtrade. Don't over leverage. And definitely don't lose your shit. Keep it stoic. Keep it stoic. See you guys tomorrow morning. Later.